My name is Jeremy Airy. I'm the producer for Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run. This version of Spy Hunter is actually a prequel to the previous two Spy Hunters. This takes place basically as soon as the Interceptor's been finished. The IES guys who built it are transporting the Interceptor. The Nostra guys, which are the typical villains that you've come to know, come in and steal the Interceptor during this transportation process, kidnap the lead scientist, and basically leave the main character, The Rock, for dead. And a year later now, The Rock is coming from revenge. He's trying to find out what happened to the elite scientist, trying to find out where the Interceptor is and get it back. The different things that the Interceptor can do, it can transform into a car, boat, or bike, depending on the situation. It's a smart car. It reacts to the environment. Some of the things that we actually did with this version of the Interceptor compared to the previous two versions of the game was kind of going back to the lateral combat that the coin-op version had. You were able to ram cars off the road. You were able to get that really close body contact in the coin-op version. We wanted to bring that all back. One of the unique things about Spy Hunter this time is it's the very first time you can ever get out of the car. You've never been able to get out of the car before, so there's never been a face behind the man driving the Interceptor. That man is Alex Decker, who's played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The nice thing about it is, Dwayne's an action star, so that brings a certain expectation of the player. It's like that expectation is wrestling. It's, a big, strong, muscular guy who can throw guys around the room. So, we have that gameplay element in there. The player can get out of the car and he can do melee. But in addition to that, people also want to use guns. So now we have these three different types of gameplay modes. We have driving, we have shooting, we have pseudo wrestling, melee stuff that now the player can choose kind of how they want to play through the game. So in third person mode, the guns that you have are standard military issue. One of the things that's really unique is, like I said, the Rock's ability to use melee. You can string together different combos. He has multiple finishers. He's actually able to pick up the guys and throw them around the environment. The NPCs are also set to try to disarm the player. So when he has a weapon, they'll run up and try to engage in melee combat, which is silly with The Rock because, they're going to get their butts kicked. But, it just helps kind of motivate that. I mean, one of the challenges we have with this is once we give a player the gun, why do they want to use melee? And we want to make melee a very appealing thing. There's lots of new effects in Spy Hunter that you'll see. I mean, a lot of them are attributed to special cameras that we use with melee because we added the melee system. We had to do a lot with the particle system and just the interaction in third person. I mean, the third person stuff was a big challenge for us because it is the new element of the game, the melee stuff and the third person. So we really had to figure out a nice way to make the environments look nice as well as the driving sets. In typical driving games, you can get away with certain things because you don't get so close to objects in the environment, so you can have very low res textures. And this, because you can get in and out of the car on a driving set, for example, it was one of the challenges we had. But we think we solved all those issues. We have lots of interactive objects in the environment, lots of special effects that you'll see from the different weapons. So it's really a nice experience. Spy Hunter will be shipping for the PS2 and Xbox in summer 2006.